Summer is always surprising me in just a bit. It's mid-July, then it's gone.
Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today is Friday, March 6th. I'm on my way to work, so happy Friday to me, even though this was a short work week because I had a couple of days off after I got back in from California. I don't know what this vlog really has in store. I know for sure that me and Justin made plans to, do like a little indoor date night tonight. We'll share recipes with each other, like on Instagram, TikTok, and if it's something that I know, like, oh, I want to make this, I'll save it, and we have like a shared recipe folder. When we made the plans, he was like, well, what are we gonna have Friday night? Or, like, what you want to eat Friday? I was like, let's pick one of the recipes from the recipe folder and make it. Some of them are healthy, some of them are not. I think we're gonna be making like this rotel pasta type of dish. I'm still trying to decide how macro friendly I want to make it. So I don't know if I want to tell him to get protein pasta, because when I get on the train, I'm gonna go back to the recipe and like make him a little checklist so he can get the stuff from the store. It's Women's History Month, so they've been having like little stuff set up at work or whatever. Yesterday they had these little snacks out and I didn't even film it. Today I'll try, like, if they have something else on display. I think they do have like a permanent display that's out like for whatever month it is. I may get a little footage of that as well. But anywho, I just zoned out. Oh, TGIF. I will talk to y'all later.
Step into my world. I promise you'll love it here with me. You know this femininity when I feel safe.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday. Yes, Sunday. I was about to say welcome to the vlog, but I forgot. I already filmed an intro for this vlog the other day, and I didn't film anything else over the weekend because I don't know. I didn't really feel like filming. I was just enjoying my weekend. So we did try the recipe, and the recipe was really good. Turkey Italian sausage, and then ground turkey, onions and bell peppers, protein pasta. Then we used the 2% Velveeta, and we also mixed in a little cream cheese, but it was so good. And the next day I ate leftovers, and it was even better. So that was Friday night. And then Saturday afternoon, we went to grab lunch at CC's Pizza. If you're in Texas, you know what CC's Pizza is. But we was like, dang, I haven't been to CC's Pizza in a long time, because we were watching a food review, and this guy was going to all these different little buffets and stuff, and in different states. And then he also went to CC's. I'm like, dang, CC sounds good. So we went for lunchtime, and then we just hung out all day. And so by the time evening time came, I was ready to eat some dinner or something. So I ate some of that leftover pasta, and it tasted so good the next day. And right now, I am on my way to church. I'm on my way to pick my mom, and it's dark outside because it was daylight savings time. So we lost an hour of sleep last night, and in the morning time now it's going to be a little darker. But the upside about that is we're going to get more daylight on the back end, which is cool for me, because I don't like when I get off work and it's dark outside when I'm driving home from work. I don't know, I just like to see the sun. After years of doing crazy shift work, even though sometimes I miss shift work, it's just nice to be on a regular rhythm and see the sun in the evening time instead of it getting dark. It had already started shifting a little bit. I notice when it gets close to daylight savings time, the daylight already starts to shift. So in the evening time, instead of it getting dark like at 6:30, we're gonna have a little bit more daylight, and I'm really looking forward to that. I didn't like losing that hour of sleep. I never like losing that hour of sleep. The only time that I enjoyed daylight savings time was when I used to work overnight as a 911 operator. We'd be sitting there in the middle of the night, and then that clock jumps forward. Whoop! I got one less hour to be at work. Yeah, that was cool. Anyhow, that's a recap of my weekend. I was trying not to have any caffeine or anything this morning, because I'm like, it would really be nice to just take a nap when I get home from church, But yeah, I am pulling up to the QT because that ain't gonna work. I need an energy drink. Like that hour of sleep I lost, so I need that. So I'm gonna get something that's not super strong, though, like an Alani Nu or maybe a Celsius. Let's go in QT and see what they got. So they have these new energy drinks. Well, they're new to me, called GOAT. And I got the gummy bear flavor, pineapple cream soda flavor. So I'm going to try the gummy bear flavor. And it's wet because, well, y'all probably can't even see that it's wet. Because you know, them little cans be dirty. I rinsed it off before I left out of the store.
250 milligrams of natural caffeine, 45 milligrams of hydrating electrolytes, 19 vitamins, minerals, yada, yada, yada. 20 calories, 4 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, riboflavin, that I can never pronounce, and B12. It's packed with a bunch of stuff.
Monk fruit sweetener, that is like way too sweet for me. Like this, I just took a tiny sip and I can still kind of like taste the aftertaste of the sweetness. So if I drink something that's sugar free or with artificial sweetener and I'm like, ugh, that's too sweet, it's too sweet. Because I'm Coke Zero, Diet the Pepper Zero, diet this and diet that, sugar free this and that. I got 2 of them because they were 2 for $6, but won't be buying these again because I just can't. I'm gonna drink it, it's not unbearable, but I can't do the monk fruit. Monk fruit is just way too sweet for me. Even when I see it in recipes and stuff, I be like, I'm gonna use Splenda or something else. You know how when you drink something that's so sweet, like with that aftertaste, that when you breathe, like it's weird. Because when I just sighed, I could take. Okay, bye y'all.
I am sold out. My mind is made up. I know the Lord will make a way. Oh, yes, He will. I know the Lord will make a way.
You know the Lord will make a way? Yeah. Has He made a way? Yeah. Will He do it again? Yeah. That's how I want your response to be. Okay, you gotta sing it as being assured that you gotta be assured that the Lord, you're assured.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Yes, I'll rise up. Yes, yes, yes. Alto's only moving. Okay, here we go. Yes, 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 yes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
There you go. Altos, remember. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Then walk it up. Yes, yes, yes. You only move on the first one.
Oh, okay.
Just the first one. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
In the battle. Every now and then you need to recognize that God will use those who are loyal. And then He will use those that will refuse to allow them to say,
Jesus is the best thing that ever happened. Jesus is the best thing that ever happened to us. Jesus is the best thing that ever happened to me.
We crossed his legs and I see these socks he got on, and I'm a sock man. So I told Penny before, if something happened to him, he had a town one day, and I said, Penny, something happened to him, give it to me. So now Penny add them socks to that tie and give it to me. For real, we love you, and this is just a little something I want to do for you, all right? I love you. Yeah.
La Braille, La Braille, take La Braille.
Do it again.
La Braille, La Braille, La Braille, take La
You gotta
Braille.
get tail La Braille.
Take La Braille.
You gotta get in there fast.
I'm sorry, but that sounds like take a latte.
We'll do it anyway.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Three words.
Tu nombre.
Okay.
Tu nombre La Braille.
Tu nombre.
Tu nombre La Braille.
Tu nombre La Braille. Tu nombre La Braille. I'm be bilingual at this.
Come on, let's go. Christo.
Oh, we about to go there, y'all. So y'all want to repeat just after the lead.
Hey y'all, today is Thursday and I'm on the train headed to work. I was gonna show you all what I had in my lunch bag and just do a quick little voiceover, but this whole day turned into a voiceover of me and what I ate at work today. So we're gonna start on the train and let me show you guys what I have in my lunch bag for the day. All right, so as you're about to see, I have my lunch inside of a little clear makeup bag, which is inside this Sprouts bag. I didn't put everything inside the Sprouts bag because I didn't want to just rolling around all loose. But it's time for a new lunch bag. That's why my stuff is in this makeup bag. But anyway, I have a Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Strawberries and Cream, which is my favorite flavor of the Dr. Pepper Zero. Then I have this Caramel Premier Protein Shake. And I have some leftover smoked chicken salad, and then I put a few olives in there. This lady at my church knows somebody who makes it, and every now and then she'll take orders and bring them to church, and we will purchase them through her. And then I have some boiled eggs, and I have them sealed in that container because these are freshly boiled eggs that I just boiled this morning. And you know, eggs can get kind of smelly, especially when they're still, warm when you just boiled them. Then I have a bag with some Triscuit crackers, and that will go with my chicken salad and eggs and everything. But yeah, that is pretty much all that's inside of my lunch bag. Now, I do have some hot sauce in here and some sardines, and I put those outside of the makeup bag because once I get to work, I'm putting the actual makeup bag in the refrigerator, and I'm taking like the hot sauce and the sardines to my desk. Those sardines are still in my desk. It's been a week or two, and they're still in my desk drawer, for whenever I catch the craving, they'll be there for me. And that concludes this portion of this episode of What's in My Lunch Bag Today. Now to enjoy the rest of the ride to work. See y'all in a minute. So I've made it to work, and usually when I get to work, I have about 15 or 20 minutes to chill in one of the break areas or in the cafeteria before my shift starts. And today they have popcorn for the free giveaway. They do these free giveaways throughout the month, usually like once a week. So I'll come back in a couple of hours and check out the popcorn. And there are areas at my job where we can get free coffee and tea with creamer and things available. But sometimes I just like to come and get this $2.50 a cup coffee that they have in the cafeteria for breakfast because it's so good. All right, so I am back now a few hours later at lunchtime, and they have the popcorn out, so I grabbed one caramel and one cheddar popcorn. I've also really been getting into the soup options that they have at work. They usually rotate it out weekly or daily. Sometimes the same soup stays on the menu all week long. There's always 3 soup options every day though. So today we had the pozole verde and the creamy chicken poblano, and I forgot what the third one was because it was probably something that I wasn't interested in anyway. But I tasted both of them because they have these little sampler cups so you can see what the soup tastes like before you get a bowl full of it. And there were several people standing around watching this lady scoop her soup out because we're like, what is this weird green soup? But anyway, I liked them both, tasted them both, ended up just mixing them together. So I've got my popcorn there. We're gonna save that for later. And I drank a protein shake, but I was still a little bit hungry after I drank the protein shake, so I went ahead and followed it up with the soup. But now it is time for a fire drill. See y'all in a minute. It's still cold outside. I think I'm supposed to warm up by now. This is the first time in my 6 months working here that we've had a fire drill, and you can tell they haven't had one in a long time, if ever, because everybody, including the people who had been there years before me, were sitting around looking like, wait a minute, what's that sound? If it was a real fire drill, we would have all been in grave danger. But anyway, here's my afternoon snack. I mixed the caramel with the cheddar popcorn to make the Chicago style mix. That's my favorite. Alrighty, work day is over, and I'm headed to the train station. It's like an 8 to 10 minute walk. 10 minutes if I'm just really taking my time. 8 if I'm power walking, and less than that if I'm booking it. I hope you guys enjoyed my work day, what I ate at work voiceover, because I could have just done it as a little montage and put music to it. But now that I'm getting my eating and everything back on track, sometimes it does help to share a little bit because there is still some accountability. Yeah, I wanted, instead of doing like a musical thing, I wanted to do it and like explain what I had in my lunch bag or what I was eating and everything. And it's kind of hard to talk and film at work, especially I'm in the cafeteria and people are trying to, get their stuff, and you got to get on out the way or whatever. I'm really not that shy about filming in public because I'm walking through this parking lot to the train station. talking and filming or whatever. So just at work, it's just so many people around and stuff. And then sometimes it's so loud in there that I wouldn't even be able to talk as loud as I want to say everything that I just got done telling y'all, right? One tip that I had heard several YouTube creators, like in the beginning of my journey, when I would be watching tips and tricks for people who were starting off blogging. A common tip that they gave is if you are shy about filming in public or don't want to film in public or like don't want to like talk, but you still want people to like see where you are or whatever, the voiceover is the best option because you can kind of try to film inconspicuously some places you can, and then later on you can go in and just do your voice note. That concludes the voiceover part of the day. I'm about to go home, make dinner, then I'll show you guys what I'm having for dinner, and that'll be the night. Y'all, it has been an eventful few hours since I got off of work, and I almost forgot I was supposed to be coming on here and showing y'all what I'm making for dinner. So I have some ground beef here, and this is lean ground beef 93.7. Then I got my sweet potato. I cut it long ways down the middle and flicked it over and baked it. I'm eating the other half of it too, but I didn't cut it evenly, so this side was much smaller and it got done first. So while I'm cooking the meat, I'm letting the other one cook a little bit longer. And I am seasoning my ground beef with this. I bought this for another recipe I'm making, but I'm like, let me try it on my ground beef tonight. So that seasoning was pretty good. It was a little bit more salty than I cared for. I would buy it again, but I probably don't have to buy any of that for a long time because you see how huge the bottle is. So I only used a little bit of that, but it was very flavorful. And I put a little bit of dill weed in my lean ground beef. And then I'm also gonna put a little bit of onion powder. So I got the other piece of my sweet potato in there. And I want to say total, it probably took about 40 minutes to bake because I put it at 400. It may have taken a little bit less had I cut them evenly. And the guy on TikTok, who was one of the people that was telling people about this dish that's like really good and filling and good for your macros if you're trying to lose weight, he was also saying like he keeps seeing people adding extra stuff on it. He was like, I ain't tell you how to put all that on there. But guess what? I'm going to put all that on there. I mean, not a lot. I'm just going to add a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of cheese. But I'm not putting anything on this potato. The potato is good how it is. So here is my dinner, and I know I'm rushing, but I had to leave my car at the train station and catch an Uber home. And I'll tell y'all about that at some other point. And Justin is coming in less than an hour to take me back to get my car. Hello, guys. Danitha from the future here. I'm editing this video, and I wanted to stop and let you guys know why it had been such a long evening after I got home from work and why I had to leave my car at the train station. I'm outside at work right now, walking around, enjoying the breeze. So I parked my car at the train station, and when I get on the train in the morning, I stick my keys in my backpack in the zipper compartment, and I do not remove them anymore until I get back on the train on the way back home when I'm almost at my stop again, right? During the fire drill, I took my keys with me because I wasn't sure what was going on. I didn't know if it was real or not, so I took my keys and a couple of other personal items outside with me just in case we couldn't go back in. I could just walk to the train station and go home. That day, I had on this kind of sweatshirt blouse type of thing, and it had a kangaroo pocket in the front. At some point throughout the day, I put the key in that little front pouch pocket of my shirt, and I did not remember it until the rest of these events that I'm about to tell y'all unfolded. So I'm on the train next to the last stop to get off and get in my car. I reach into my backpack where my keys are normally at, and they were not there. And I panicked, and I was frantic, and I was thinking, should I ride the train all the way back? And I'm looking at the schedule, and I'm like, no, because then at a certain point, it's going to start running every hour instead of every 30 minutes. I don't feel like getting home late tonight. I ordered an Uber. I put the wrong address in for the Uber. I put the address into the actual train station, not the train station parking lot that's behind the train station. And that was a whole thing. So I had to cancel the ride. And then I ordered another ride, Lyft, Uber, I don't know, one of them. And in the meantime, I am FaceTiming or video calling my mom and on the group chat with the family because, that was the quickest way. So I'm letting them all know, like, my mom has my house key. So I was like, can you bring me my house key? I found a way back to the train station in the morning. This whole time I'm thinking that my keys are at work. I'm thinking that I came back in, and instead of putting them back in my backpack, I may have set them on my desk, right? And the lady's driving me home. We got about a block away from my apartment complex, and I don't know what and why I didn't do this earlier. Stuck my hand in my front pocket, and there were my keys. And I was so defeated. I processed, and then my mind went back and showed me. It was crazy. My mind went back and showed me when I went to the restroom and stuck them in that front pocket. But I didn't remember any of that. I didn't remember any of that until I put my hand in my pocket and felt my keys there. So I called my mom. My keys weren't in my pocket. Thanks. No thanks. She was like, I'm glad I stopped at the store before I got all the way to your house. We live like 15 minutes away from each other. So I had to call Justin, and he had to come and get me and take me back to my car. That's why I went ahead and started fixing my dinner and everything, because he had to take his daughter to karate class, and he was like, well, you know, when she gets out of class, I'll take you back to your car. So that's why I had to leave my car at the train station. Because when I got that car, I remember going back and exchanging it and then going back and getting it back again. So one of the cars that I got when I went car shopping last year after my accident came with 2 keys. The one that I ended up getting, the SUV I have, only has 1 key, and I couldn't remember. I was gonna just have my mom bring me my keys to the train station, and she was like, no, I don't have a key to your car. She was like, that was the other car that you took back. She said, remember, this one only has 1 key. She said, I keep telling you to get another key made for this car. If you're wondering why she didn't just bring me my car key, she didn't have one. But my keys were in my pocket the whole time. But anyway, let me finish my little walk out here. Enjoy the rest of the vlog. But anyway, y'all about to sit down and eat, watch Abbott Elementary. Here is the cheese that I used. And then I just used regular Daisy sour cream. And I'll probably have a Dr. Pepper Zero with this. And then something funny, I wanted a little bit of spice, and I don't have any jalapeno peppers or anything like that. So I'm about to sprinkle a little bit of hot sauce on this. Funny story, we were in California, and there is this grocery store, like you go to the seafood section, you pick out what fish you want, and they'll fry it for you. So we went twice. Both times we bought hot sauce. Because I forgot what happened to the first hot sauce we bought. We still had it, but I forgot why we ended up buying another one. But anyway, so when we got home, I had 2 hot sauces. We ended up coming home with 2 hot sauces, like 2 brand new containers of hot sauce. I kept telling Justin, you take it home. He was like, no, just leave here. I was like, I already have one. You take it home. Leave it here. Blah, 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 blah. I left my hot sauce at work, and I was like, dang. And then I looked in the cabinet to see what else I had, and there's a hot sauce that he made me keep in my house. So shout out to Justin for making me keep the hot sauce. If your man don't make you keep hot sauce at your house, he not a real man. No. Okay, let me go eat. Bye. Yeah, boy.
Melissa, care to weigh in on this miscarriage of democracy? Jacob, I've never even heard of the board of the commissioners. Whatever.
It's finally Friday, guys, and I am on my way to work. So I have a ready-made, this is one of those Premier protein shakes, and it's the salted caramel truffle flavor, and I just put it in my little to-go bottle. I don't call it a shaker bottle anymore because it hasn't had a shaker ball in it in years. I just really like the cup, but I do need to get another shaker bottle with a little ball in it because I have some protein powder at the house that I want to start trying out. But yeah, it's just a Premier protein shake with a little bit of sugar-free creamer, like a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of instant coffee, and I put like 3 ice cubes in there and just shook it up and brought it with me. And I didn't want to put a whole bunch of ice in it because with those Premier protein shakes, they are perfect, like exactly as they come. They could be a little bit sweeter, but for the flavor and all the different flavors that they come in, and 160 calories, 30 grams of protein, you can't beat that. I found even if the shake is already cold and you put ice cubes in it, something about it just waters down the taste to me. So I made sure I only put a few. I'm gonna see what they have at work in the cafeteria. I think on the menu I saw that there was gonna be salmon, but depending on what vegetable comes with it, I might just eat what I was showing y'all yesterday because that's still in the fridge at work. Like the vegetables, first of all, I don't even eat asparagus. I tried asparagus again recently, not for me. And then even when they have like green beans and stuff in there in the cafeteria, it's like their vegetables don't be quite cooked. Like they try to make them too fresh. They ain't got to be crunchy like a potato chip. You know, cook them a couple of more minutes. You know, it won't hurt. You cook them just a couple of more minutes. I don't feel like they be cooking them long enough when they make the green vegetables in the cafeteria. So we shall see if the salmon looks good enough, because the salmon, I forgot what was on the main line where they be having like $7 and $8 plates and then half price or discounted on Wednesday. But I know for sure today on where the plates are $3.50 every day, there's gonna be salmon. So depending on how good the salmon looks, you know, $3.50, yeah, you really can't beat that. So I don't know, I might get a little bit of salmon today. So anyhow, I'll let y'all know. I'll come back and let y'all know. Today is not really gonna be one of those voiceover days. It's, you know, if I show y'all what I'm eating, I'll just show y'all what I'm eating. Put a little music over it or whatever. Why is these folks flying on this toll road? Y'all should have left the house on time like me. Look, the time when I leave and I'm not pushing it, because sometimes I be pushing it, get to the train station. But, you know, I got time today. Anyhow, I'll talk to y'all later. I just came back to close out the vlog. I was hanging out with Justin and his daughter tonight, so it's late Friday night and I just got home. At work today, that soup that I showed y'all, the chicken and rice, I ended up not getting that because they still have the chicken pozole from yesterday, and I tasted it and it just tasted better than the chicken and rice one to me, so I got some more of that, but I ended up not eating it. It is in my refrigerator right now because I ate the crackers and the chicken salad. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this week in my life and seeing what I've been eating. I'm gonna straighten up the house just a little bit and then go to bed because, well, I am hosting game night tomorrow night with Dora and Chris and me and Justin. Yeah, I gotta get up in the morning. I have some errands that I have to run. Then I gotta come home, make sure everything's clean. But that's what I'm trying to do, you know, a little bit of cleaning tonight to kind of get a head start on it. That'll be the next vlog. You'll see game night on the next vlog. I'm tired. Okay. Thank you for watching. Good night.
I've said so many times, when summer comes around, I'll be ready for the ride. I'll be ready this time. I'll be ready for it all. But then suddenly